Now, for our next Fireside chat, we are going to have a talk about celebrating the inspiring stories of women leaders reshaping healthcare all over the world. And this is going to celebrate, obviously, women in the healthcare section, from breaking barriers to creating groundbreaking solutions. These women are reshaping the future of healthcare. So get ready to hear their stories, their challenges, and their vision for a more inclusive and innovative industry. Please join me in welcoming our speakers, Dr. Marika Krones, who's the CEO of Impactful Innovations Management Consultants, Dr. Dipali Gupta, CEO and founder of iCore Pilates, and Ma Karina Diane Jalandoni, head nurse and head aesthetic and at the Sundari Polyclinic. Please put your hands together for these lovely ladies.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving us the opportunity to express our views, visions, stories, and the future perspectives, what we have for women in healthcare, modifying the future globally. And actually, the title has been changed a bit because we're not all from the MENA region. So we are talking about worldwide. What is the impact of women leaders in healthcare worldwide? Why are we here? What is our mission? And what are we to accomplish? What have been the struggle that we have faced? What struggle may be facing today? And how do we overcome this? And what could also be the advice to the future generation, the young females looking for a career in STEM field? So these are some of the topics we would like to cover. And let me look at the watch. So we are on time. I hope not to exceed the time because Dr. Deepali has another, I guess it's 4:30, another engagement. 4:25. So we need to cut, let's say, a bit earlier. So if I may introduce myself shortly, my name is Dr. Marika Krones. I was born in Europe, lived in 8 different countries, 3 different continents throughout my career. Originally raised as a medical doctor. I do have a specialist degree in oncology, radiotherapy, pharmaceutical industry. I do also have a commercial training from the UK. So I'm a sort of mixture of both commercial and medical. Prior to moving to Dubai 1 year ago, I was living in Paris, having global responsibilities at a large international pharmaceutical company. So I do have a pleasure of having 2 extraordinary, visionary, remarkable women besides me. And I would like to give the mic to them for them to introduce themselves.
Thank you. Thank you for this warm welcome. I'm Dr. Dipali Gupta from India. I am Pilates Ambassador Asia. I am basically MD homeopath by training, but Pilates educator, international Pilates educator by passion. And over the last 2 decades, I have transitioned from practicing medicine to empowering health and fitness professionals globally, training them into wellness and healthcare in terms of Pilates to transform lives. So here I am, and I'm honored to be here, sitting with these 2 lovely ladies, inspiring me. I've heard their stories, and I'm really honored to be here to speak in front of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Deepali.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and introduce first myself. My name is Maria. It's not Ma, so sometimes they mess up with my name. So it's Maria Karina Diane Jalandoni. I'm from the Philippines. I'm a nurse. I've been working as a nurse or practicing the profession for more than 16 years now. Currently, I'm a head nurse and head of aesthetic in one of the clinics in Dubai. And I'm very passionate when it comes to anything to do with aesthetic. It could be laser, it could be assisting doctors, doing some protocols. And yeah, one funny fact maybe I would say I love black. I'm wearing it right now. I'm very confident. If you could notice, I'm wearing black to hide my shaking knees in front of you. So yes, thank you.
Well, thank you, Nurse Diane. So that is how I will call you. So first of all, I would like this panel discussion to be interactive. I know that we do have a session for questions and answers at the end, but if we are saying something that you disagree or you want to comment, so please do interfere. So I don't want you to fall asleep. It's going to be a coffee time soon. But please interfere, ask questions, challenge us. And there are a lot of men in this room. So now we are going to concentrate on women in this talk. The first questions actually that I would have for these beautiful ladies besides me is like, what inspired you to take a leadership role, international leadership role in the healthcare industry? How did you end up here? Dr. Deepali.
So practicing medicine for almost 2 decades now. While I was healing patients, I could see them return back because medicine was able to solve symptoms only superficially. And we could see that patients came back with their chronic problems. There were lifestyle diseases that could have been prevented if movement was prescribed along with medicine. And I saw a huge gap. And I saw an opportunity because not many people were dealing with this in India and around. So I took upon this and I traveled across the globe to study Pilates and did my research coming from a medical background. I have a unique combination of medical expertise with movement education, and that's where I build iCore Pilates and iCore Pilates education, because I believe that it's very important that you build your tribe to have an effect overall. So I have almost 300 plus educators across the globe who are spreading this knowledge of Pilates-based rehabilitation, where we are literally shattering beliefs across, where movement as medicine is what we believe in. And at iCore Pilates, we have an intersection of where healthcare and wellness meets. We are trying to redefine how healthcare and wellness is looked upon. So that is what drives me, because I myself had a very close, I just came across Pilates in a way, not just as a fitness routine, but then as exercise science, which is backed up by research and science, wherein the rehabilitative powers of Pilates is harnessed within the sphere of exercises. So that's where I belong, and I believe that we can change the landscapes of rehabilitation across the nations. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Deepali, I'm impressed to hear that you have 350 people around the world following your advice. I think that's a place for an applause. What do you think?
Thank you.
So if I continue with my journey, as I told you, I started as an oncologist and radiotherapist. Did treat patients for 10 years in 3 different countries in Europe, enjoyed it, but wanted to see also the other side of the coin. Joined a pharmaceutical industry based in Paris, had global roles for 12, 15 years, and both medical and commercial roles. This area was part of my responsibility also at that time. Well, after 20 years, which is a long time, maybe a bit too long time, I wanted to renew myself. So I wanted to re-engineer. So I moved here to Dubai, established a company. Now I'm running a healthcare company here. I still have one healthcare-focused company in Europe. And I believe that all of us do have a mission. And my mission is to work for the benefit of the patients. So my work, whether it is in business or whether it's in medicine, healthcare, it's really patient-focused. And do you know what? I want to tell you one statistics. When a patient enters the doctor's room, excuse me, so usually it takes, have a guess, how many seconds before the doctor interferes the patient's story with a question? So how long does the patient get to tell his or her story without interruption? Any guesses from the audience? Nobody knows? Okay, let me tell you. 7 seconds. So after 7 seconds, what can you even say in 7 seconds? Like I have a pain in the elbow or whatever. After that, the physician interferes. Like how long has it been there? What kind of pain? Tell me more. Do you have pain elsewhere? Blah, blah, blah. Is that respective attitude towards the patient? I don't want to comment on that because what I believe is listening, whether as a leader, healthcare leader, or whether as a physician, getting the proper anamnesis from the patient, understanding the holistic view, as you said, because the Western medicine doesn't always cure the patient. We need more holistic approach for the patients and really listening to the patients, giving them time, giving them your full attention, and of course giving them the remedies, whatever they are. That is what is, let's say, hopefully successful in that patient's journey. So my mission is to cure, or if you want to say broadly, cure the world. But I mean, that's a broad mission, but I mean, there are a lot of projects that I'm working with and involved in different parts of the world, Latin America, Africa, Asia. So it's really global, my work, and I enjoy it very much. Enjoy it not because of myself, but what I can give to the others. So giving is something that makes myself happy. That is my passion. That is my mission. That is my calling in this life. So head nurse Diane.
Okay, so being a leader, it's not an easy task. You inspire, you empower, and at the same time you lead the people. I was inspired, empowered, and trusted. So that's why I took the managerial and the leadership role. My journey was, you can say, it's a roller coaster ride. I have also setbacks. I even got hurt along the way because there's a lot of things happening behind and things that happening that's not, you can say, planned. But being a leader, I believe, being a leader is to produce more leaders, not only followers. So I believe that, I got inspired, empowered by these people, by this person. They trusted me. And now I'm talking in front of you. I feel like I'm too old, sorry. I feel like whenever someone stands or sits or talks in front of the audience, I feel like they have a lot of things that need, a lot of life stories to share. I think I'm not that I didn't reach that yet, but yeah, but I can say there's a lot of things that in my journey that mold me as a person, as a leader, as a head, and yeah, it was quite a journey, and I enjoyed it. Along the way, I've learned a lot of things. You might think, how old am I? So let's talk about age. But yes, it helps me to become me. Actually, one of that person, I would say, she's sitting here. She was pushing me to the best of my abilities, of my capabilities. So I'm just saying this because in the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful for her, for the support. So yeah, maybe a clap for her.
Well, thank you, head nurse Diane. And then to be sure, I'm sure that you already reached some of your goals. We are never ready, as you know. Life is an ongoing journey. It changes you, it changes another. So the only moment we have is this moment. So let's make the best out of this moment. But now going back to the female leaders, actually, so Dr. Deepali, I would like to ask you, for sure you have faced some challenges or obstacles being a female. How have you overcome these, and what have been these obstacles?
Thank you for this question. Being a female leader in India means you have to face questions like, Pilates is a growing trend. Do you think this will work? Will you be able to scale this? What are you doing? You're a doctor and you want to become a Pilates instructor? What are you going to do with your life? You worked all these years to become MD in homeopathy, you did counseling, psychology, you're always studying. What are you up to? So all these questions have always been there, standing right in front of my face. But then, there were moments of doubt where I was like, oh yeah, does this will this really work? But then I had my dreams, which was standing right in front of me, and I knew I am going to be having that good night's sleep. I'm going to be feeling fulfilled after, following what I really love, what I do. And that's where I thought this is my calling and I need to work for it. So Pilates basically is looked upon as a celebrity workout. And more than that, it is also a workout wherein it is a workout to amp up athletes' level skills. So having this as a background from my family as well, it was like, you are a doctor and you want to get into a celebrity workout. Little did that they knew that this has powers, hidden powers, which are not yet discovered. Because Pilates was discovered as a rehabilitative, it has a history of rehabilitation. It was discovered by Joseph Pilates, who's the founder of Pilates in World War I in Germany, right? He was touring in England, and that's where he was, along with these injured soldiers. And he taught Pilates to them, these injured soldiers who were lying in bed. And to his surprise and everybody's surprise, by the time these injured soldiers were upright, they were much more stronger than what they were before they got injured. And this got all the attention to Joseph Pilates, and people were behind him, specifically the brown shirt people were behind him to train their troops, and he had nothing to do with them. So he fled to US, and that's how Pilates was still under the wrap and known as a celebrity workout. It was known as a secret celebrity workout for a long period of time, until now that it's known and it has penetrated the rehabilitative landscapes and is seen as an alternative to surgery, to places where chronic conditions, where medicine can do very little, where alternate therapies can do very little. Pilates, as an exercise science, is very foundation to rehabilitation. It's where it has its rooting in science, where we make the bodies more aware, so that with the aware body, with more of corrective movement patterns, you don't enter into that repetitive abuse of your body so that you suddenly get injured. It's not that suddenly you get injured, it's happening repetitive. Maybe you're sitting, with a tucked pelvis for years together, and suddenly one day you are picking something up and you have a strain, you have a sprain on your back. And you're like, what did I do? I just picked something up which is so light, and how did I get this injury? But then that was not that day. It happened over the period of time. So that's what we do. We make bodies aware about their correct way. We get them more aware about how they should sit, stand, walk. And that's where, I am really passionate about. And I would definitely want more people to collaborate with me on this vision, visionaries like you, who can make this vision a reality. And yes, I had a lot of doubts, and cases like, I very well remember, to name few, just one of them, I had this national swimmer who came to me and who had literally given up his swimming, definitely, and he was under a lot of medication, nerve blocks for his shoulder pain, but then it did not give any relief. And he was not only, he'd given up his career, but then also his activities of daily living. A young chap coming to me and still being very skeptical about Pilates. And within few weeks, he not only returned back to his sport, but then also he was very happy with the way his quality of life drastically improved. He went better at his sport. So all of these really, are testament that, I do what I love to do, and that is justified to my heart, to my soul. It speaks to my soul. And, no amount of resistance could stand with the kind of things that feed my soul. So here I am, standing in front of you and sharing my story. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Dr. Deepali. Are we going to have Pilates right now?
I would love to, We have the stage ready. How many of you would love to have a Pilates session? We can right away go in for that.
Okay, I think you will.
Yes, go ahead.
I think you will have it later.
Sure. Please connect with me if you would love to have a Pilates session. I'm available these 3 days, and I would love to teach any one of you who wants to learn Pilates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Deepali. So, head nurse Diane, you already mentioned about somebody who has been supporting you, but is there other special challenges that you have faced as a woman leader? Is there anything you could come up with?
Thank you for the question. As a woman leader, there's a lot of challenges actually. There could be work-life balances. It could be lack of mentorship. Sometimes also there's no room for improvement. Like we don't have the space to grow. So for me, I would say I'm blessed that I'm in the right path, and I've tapped or connect with the right people. They guide me to be me, to reach whatever goal that I need to reach. And also, by the way, just to let you know, where I'm working right now, it's not only about aesthetics. It's not about Botox fillers. It's actually functional medicine meets aesthetic. So, as my boss would always say, before Botox, let's detox. I like this because, to get the maximum benefit of whatever procedure you have, you should have a body ready for the procedure. You should have a body, for example, if you're going to go for surgery, if you're going to go for anything, let's say laser for your melasma or whatever, you need to know the core problem of what's inside your body. You need to understand. And then by that, of course, you're going to diagnose correctly. And by that, you'll have, the exact procedure or intervention that you need to provide. So it's my vision, to be honest. It's not because I'm from the aesthetic, it's like Botox fillers, okay, that's it. No, it's more on functional and aesthetic. It's more on understanding deeply our body. It's more understanding deeply what's inside us. So, yeah, and going back to the question, yeah, there's a lot of things that hinders me to me to be a leader. Maybe I would say here, language barrier, that would be. But because we're in Arab country, but women can endure pain. Women can endure anything. So I think, yeah, with the right people, with the right tools, with the right direction, goals, we're good to go. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for a very nice answer. So what do you think, ladies? Is there a difference between a female leader and a male leader? Is there or is there not? Because, I mean, according to the statistics, just 3 years ago, in 2021, 65% of the STEM, let's say, profession holders were male. 35% were female. This did improve in 2022, so only 1 year later. So 45% were already female. But there are still several, especially subspecialties like IT and so on, where it's dominated by male. And do you have any idea why is that and what makes the difference? Is it our natural capabilities or what do you think, Dr. Deepali?
Lovely question. Actually, I believe it doesn't matter basically whether male or female, but in the characteristics that define that this would really go up would be, creativity, innovation, free flow, of course not to forget empathy. Yeah. And you would see that more than males, females are known to be more empathetic. I'm sorry, my dear males over here, but then yes, that is how it works. And emotional quotient also plays a very important role. When we have a great combination of these characteristics, I think it sets the stage up for any person, be it male or female, for success. Talking about specifically this, it is also important that the person needs to see beyond the patient. You need to see the person. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah. So it's not just not just the symptoms, You can't just treat the symptoms. You need to see the person because that's where the answers are. And that's when you're not going to just fix a problem. You're going to give them lasting solutions. And that's what people are looking for. And that's what is the future of healthcare industry. I believe that is the winning edge for anything that you want to set yourself apart is you need to have lasting solutions and not just fix it up temporarily. Definitely. I believe this. What do you think, Dr. Marika?
Well, thank you for the question, and I think your answer was very nice. I mean, it's sort of a stereotypic to say that, let's say, male are not empathetic. What I think is important is listening, taking the client or the patient as a holistic person, seeing beyond the symptoms, seeing beyond the disease. And especially me, as an originally oncologist, it's treating the whole community. It's treating the family. It's treating the bigger picture. It's also providing whatever social, spiritual, religious care. And let's say most of all, it's always giving the hope for a better future. So that's how I see it from my side. I don't know, head nurse Diane, do you have anything to add?
Thank you. I think there's no difference, to be honest. Men or women can be successful leaders, and it actually depends on how they use their leadership style, depending on the need of the organization or the team. So everyone can be a leader, but we need to inspire more leaders to be. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I would like to shift gears a bit now. So I would like to ask you, ladies, what do you think could be the 3 topics or current issues worldwide that we should tackle, especially as female leaders? What is your opinion?
Thank you for this question. This is a burning topic, I'm sure, and the future of healthcare. So, being on this stage, I feel it's my responsibility to share this message that worldwide we need to take care of few things which are the future of healthcare. Number 1 is holistic approach. We cannot go wrong if you're holistically treating somebody. We need to cross the boundary of just seeing the patient, as I told you, right? And then the second one is mind-body connection. We all know how important mental health is. Apart from that, the interconnectedness of mind and body. We are living in a disconnected body. We are not aware about our bodies, and that's where the dis-ease is also not recognized in our body because we're so disconnected with our own bodies. We need to come back to our bodies so that we live in our bodies with our mind. That is the second thing that I feel is very important. The third thing is movement as medicine. We all know that it's very important in today's world to move. And we all know the benefits of moving because moving can directly influence your mind, your body, your physiology, everything changes. And that should be prescribed alongside medicine. These are the top 3 things that I think should have the focus if we talk about the burning things and topics in healthcare. And that's where I think future will also be leading towards. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Deepali. Very nice. Nice answer. Head nurse Diane, do you have anything to add?
I believe Dr. Deepali already raised a really good points. I would say maybe for leaders, or let's say for human being, we just need to know our limitations. I would like to share a story about the water bottle. If you're gonna go to, let's say, Bakala, they say it in Arabic, or how do you say that in mini mart or stores, water bottles, I think the price starts at, let's say, 2 dirhams. But if you're gonna go to the airport, water bottles starts at, let's say, double, 10, maybe, or triple, yeah. But if you go inside the airplane, the water bottles become more. It might go 35. It depends on the airplane or the airlines. So basically, that's why I'm saying about limitations. So you need to know your limitations. Maybe you're not in the right position. Maybe you're not in the right place right now. So you need to know your limitation. At the same time, be humble. So I think that's it.
Thank you very much. Very nice answer. I like it a lot. So what about, I mean, if we think about the future, would you ladies have any advice for the future young female leaders or young ladies wishing to become global leaders? What would be your advice to them?
Lovely. I really feel all you ladies, if you are looking and are into healthcare, I would want you to believe in yourself. Don't give up just because you think that this will not work, and specifically you want to see that you are happy doing what you do. You know, you should know the reason why you're doing this. If you have the why very strong in front of you, then you don't have to see anything else. You need to just go ahead and, you know, take it right there, because people always believe that success comes and then you will be happy. But then people really forget that when you are happy and loving what you do, success will follow. So it's the other way around. And people throughout their life keep thinking that when I'll be successful, I'll be happy. So you need to find what you really love to do that makes you happy and go behind that so that you are successful. And I would want you ladies to lean into your strengths. Don't give up and redefine the wellness and healthcare industry. It is about to change the landscapes. You need to believe in yourself. And surround yourself with people who really inspire you, because I have seen it myself. It's not the will. It's not the will. It's the environment which is so important. If you have people who motivate you and inspire you for who you are and where you want to be, you will be successful. So more than will, it is the environment. So change your environment. If you need to be at a place, have people who really lift you up. And you will not see back, definitely. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Deepali. I really agree what you said. So first of all, believe in yourself. You can do it. There is nothing wrong with you. You are as good as all the others. And then thirdly, get a good mentor. So learning from the people who are maybe more experienced in the field is very beneficial. Have a supporting mentor, have a supporting boss, or have somebody supporting you. Of course, you would need to have your close ones, your family members, supporting you, but in addition to that. So Diane, anything to add?
Thank you. I would say own your expertise. Be confident. Continue learning. Don't stop yourself from learning, relearning, and to know more. This is one way of, making yourself confident on your craft, on the things that you're doing. And also, like what Dr. Marika said, mentorship. And also what Dr. Deepali said, go to people or places that inspires you. And of course, it will bring you and give you more inspiration, and it will help you reach your goals.
Thank you very much. Nicely said. So ladies, do you have any questions or comments in mind you would still like to raise before we open it up for any questions? Do you have anything you would like to say to the audience?
We're good. We would love to hear from the audience now.
Yeah. So if I may read, I had to write it down because this is too long. So this is one of my life philosophies. It also applies to all the males, not only females. This is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I guess you would know him. So the title is, What is Success? To laugh often and to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. To earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. To appreciate the beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden path, or a redeemed social condition. To know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. That is to have succeeded. So with these words, I would like to thank you, dear audience, dear panelists, and I would like to open the floor for any questions, comments, or any other, let's say, whatever you have. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Baldi from Lumina Health, and thank you for an insightful panel discussion. I was wondering if you could give any advice to women in leadership in healthcare, especially in the region of the Middle East, in how best to overcome or tackle gender bias in conversations maybe with payers or with investors within healthcare.
Well, I mean, as I have been based in this region only for 1 year, I guess you have been here for a longer time, but I'll start let's say the answer. So what I need to repeat, believe in yourself. Of course, I mean, here you need to be respectful for the culture, you need to be respectful for the other party, but also, as you know, even the government of Dubai, for example, they do have specific quotes for women and men, so it's very much empowerment of women in this city and also in the whole UAE. So do not be afraid. Just go as yourself, be respectful, and be brave, be bold.
Thank you. I would like to share a story because I started after I finished my nursing, after I graduated nursing, I started working in the Philippines, and then after a few years, I went to Saudi Arabia. So in Saudi Arabia before, women are, you can say, restricted in a way. We need to wear abaya, at the same time we need to wear the hijab. So, and also we cannot go out anytime if we want. It's totally the opposite here in UAE. Women here are empowered, women here are given chances to lead, women here are, I'm not comparing that Saudi Arabia is bad or UAE is good, but it's a way of saying that we're fortunate that we're here because we can be leaders, we can be women leaders, and we can inspire people. So I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi. First of all, thank you for the discussion, for the nice topic. When it comes to creativity and achievements, this has nothing to do with being a male or a female. It's about just you keep on believing yourself and move forward. And you should not think about, okay, I'm a female, this should be done or not. Just go ahead and do it. And don't speak, just show the people your work. Show the people your abilities. And you should not use the word limitations at all, because whenever you think about something, if you think about it, you prepare yourself for that, it will come in front of you. So don't implement such words like limitations, I cannot do. So the only thing here, like in Arab countries or Middle East or overall, some limitations can come when the ladies, for example, have the time when she would become pregnant, raising kids. So she would be detached from her, achievements for a while. But however, she still can do a lot while she's having the baby. She can go ahead and just involve herself with education. So she can still continue with her improvement, with her achievement, and she can still do more about it. And now, like, the last sentence I heard was like, we can be leaders. We are already leaders. And I just want to comment on the point of, how we dress. This has nothing to do with our achievements. We can dress, a abaya or a jacket, but this has nothing to do with achievement and progression. And now in the Middle East, ladies now, they become already leaders. And it's not like the past when they were not given the chance to go forward, Another thing, you should not wait from the support from everyone around you. You have to support yourself. You have to encourage yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the comment. Fully agree.
I really appreciate your comment. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I guess, yes, maybe you are speaking about 20 years ago, but in truth, this is me. I'm a surgical oncologist. And I'm Saudi, I born in Saudi Arabia. There are a lot of restrictions, as you said, but if you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want. So I was one of the few leaders in surgery. I finished my residency, I went to Harvard, I went to Oxford. I fight for myself. By the end, I let the people trust me, and I put my footprint. So I'm the director now for the training. I have a lot of female, and I'm supporting them. I guess initially, because we are females, we don't have mentors, as she said. Mentors and coaches are really very important. And this is what I'm trying to do now. So I'm mentoring them, I'm coaching them, and I try to do all the best for them. It's really, the leadership is nothing with what you wear or what is your religion, what do you look like. But there are some restrictions everywhere. So I take my PhD from United States. To tell you the truth, my thesis was about female surgeon leadership. And when initially I went to United States, I thought that I will find something different. I was under the same impression that Saudi Arabia maybe have a restricted culture, but I figure out that there are barriers everywhere. You cannot really think about fair environment everywhere. So at least in Saudi Arabia, we have the same salary, male and female. We have the same leaves. We have everything similar to each other. We need to work in the stereotype, yes, because we want them to believe in us as a female. But there are barriers everywhere. I'm glad that I don't have the same issue in my salary, and which a lot of females, they are suffering from it in different countries. I don't think that, it's a matter of a restriction of what I wear, but I think I work a little bit on how the people think, because I want to prove myself as a female. We usually have men leaders, but we don't have a female. So it was my job. It was harder than maybe the next generation, because if I make it correct, the others will believe in female and they will give them more. I'm glad that my country now, there are a huge, huge transformation. There are a lot for female, and they can wear whatever they wear. So I'm wearing it because I want to wear it, not because my government or my culture want me to wear it. So really, restriction is everywhere. Have nothing with the religion or what I wear. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your comments. Thank you. Any other questions, comments?
Thank you so much, ladies. That was very inspiring, and we all have to remember that each of our journeys all began with a single step, some more challenging than others, and I have the utmost respect for every single one of you in this room, because we all took that decision to start studying and open our practices and start to help people and save lives. So let's give everyone in the room a round of applause.